Oh, yeah. 6.38 adjustments. Here we go. Um, right here, this thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's read some of these. I only read the monk one, but I didn't see what they said for the other ones. We make adjustments based on current usage rates and win rates, as well as other data, including the recent results of the Crystalline Conflict Community Cup. In the case of jobs that have shown increase, hold on, let me pause my music real fast too. Um, so in the case of jobs that have shown exceedingly high performance, we are adjusted to limited, blah blah blah. Okay. So, Paladin is a job that excels largely in part due to their synergy with teammates. Yes, that's true. Which is why their win rates in higher tier matches and usages in tournaments is so high. Okay. The most vital of their abilities is Guardian, which is essential for the job's identity and distinct playstyle. Yes, okay. So for this reason, we refrain from making adjustments to this action. Instead, we elected to tone down their limit break phalanx so that the added defensive Guardian does not... Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see something real fast. If I go Paladin here, what does phalanx do? I know it just gives you HG. Reduces damage taken by 33%. Oh, to nearby party members. I actually never knew about the second effect here. I thought it was just hollowed ground and changes to your thing to make you get the 3 blades or whatever. The spellcaster, basically. But I didn't know about the damage reduction. Interesting. Um, yeah, okay. Let's continue reading. So, Phalanx, so that the added defense of Guardian does not feel... Hold on. Instead, we have elected to tone down their limit break Phalanx so that the added defense of Guardian does not feel quite so oppressive. Hold on. Can somebody tell me what this has to do? What any of this has to do with Guardian? Like, you're saying that you're fixing Paladin to prevent changes to cover or Guardian, whatever the fuck it's called. But like I'm struggling to like my brain is like fried right now. This is what I'm talking about. But like you nerf LB, but then you say it's to not get Guardian nerfed, huh? Like what? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's just they don't want to change cover. So here they contradict themselves right here when they say that the most vital of their abilities is Guardian. They don't want to. So if the most vital ability is Guardian, and this is the problem, why the fuck did you fix LB? I don't understand. I'm just am I missing something here? Like I just don't know. Maybe I'm just reading. This is completely different. It's a different language. I don't understand this. Yeah, the second part is what makes it dumb. Like I just don't understand. Like I'm baffled. Like what? It doesn't make sense. But again, this is indie dev company TM. Okay, so this is completely fine. This is okay. In their world, this is what they seem to think that's okay. That's fine. The only way that would hurt Guardian would be if you didn't get 100%. Right, yeah, so if you did something like, okay, I cover a target, they take 90% damage but doesn't interrupt Elixir, great. I tone down LB, great. Like that would make sense in an ideal world, but Square logic is Guardian's the problem. We'll nerf LB instead. Yeah, that's the call. Yeah, okay. In any case, let's see what they did to Warriors. So if I go back here, Warriors was the slow reduction, right? Yeah, okay. So as of patch 6.3, it was their win rates to be slightly higher than expected, rather than making adjustments that may take away from Warriors' image. We made adjustments to the lengthy. Again, huh? What? Slightly higher than expected, but to not take away from Warrior. Oh my god. Okay, I see what the problem is. I see what it is. Okay, so I just find it hilarious, bro. I try to hold it in, okay, but I can't. I can't. So the okay, the translation now that I'm seeing for the other things is this job has a really high win rate. Yeah, we're gonna keep the very high win rate and go completely elsewhere in the kit. I'm gonna throw a dart on the dartboard. Yeah, I think so. Wherever that dart lands, I think that needs a nerf. Definitely not. Bloda. I mean, definitely not Primal Ren. Definitely not Bloodwedding. Like, no, it's just Bloda. That's the problem. That's what's giving Warrior the high win rate. Yeah, of course. Beautiful watch. I'm KWing right now. Like, I just don't understand. They nerf something else. Yeah. Like, the only way that would hurt Guardian would be if you didn't get... Oh, no, you were talking about Paladin here. That change to Warriors just making everyone's life a blessing as Bloater Heavy lasts in a turn. Yeah, but, like, you can get that Aqua Veiled. You could get that... I mean, Burning Purify first slow is, like, super Pepega. Sometimes. I mean, not all the time. But like, I think, it was really obnoxious. Don't get me wrong. Although I think you can live with a 5-second heavy, but that's besides the point. Like, I'm just laughing at how they think that was the problem, and they think that was what's causing Warrior to win a lot. No, that's completely off the mark there. And okay, yes, it's fine. Sure, the heavy nerf is great. But now, my thing too is that if you're going to nerf one job heavy or slow, might as well nerf all of them, right? Because now what you're doing is saying, oh yeah, you played this job for the heavy or the slow, KW. Just play the one that has the best slow, which right now would probably be, hold on, let me think about this. If Warrior's 3 seconds now, who else had a slow? I think Ninja has a slow with the one of the Mudras. Still is War. No way. Hold on. Oh, Machinist has a slow. How long is Machinist is slow? Hold on. Let me check this. I'm probably gonna be naked here. My character. So 75% for 5 seconds. Okay, guys, we're not playing Warrior anymore. We're gonna be Machinist mains now. That's the call. Yeah, we're gonna be Machinist mains now. That's the longest slow in the game. But you see my point? Like, why would anybody care? It's ridiculous. I don't know why I switched Dancer here. I thought Dancer had a slow for some reason. Whatchamacallit? Oh, Black Mage has slow with the ice, but it's not too bad. I think theirs is 3 seconds as well. Hold on, correct me if I'm wrong. Unless they never fixed that from like the Dark Ages when we had Jord, the Dark Wizard, in Season 2. Hold on. Black Mage, how long is Black Mage slow again? It's, let's see. What's Super Flare? It's a heavy. Oh, all 2 seconds. Yeah, Black Mage is balanced in this regard then. Yeah. Okay. So, whatchamacallit? Who else has a slow? I think that's it. So, yeah, TLDR, it's like Warrior, it's just, I don't even know. But the meme of the century, the meme of the season now is the first 4 words of this statement. In high tier encounters, high tier encounters. I can't believe they said that. It can prove difficult reaching the 7th step of the monk's combo. Yeah, okay. Sure. That's fine. Sure, man. Amidst the chaos of battle. With this in mind, we've increased the potency of Phantom Rush. Oh boy. I mean, it could be worse. Like, at least it's 2K. Like, I don't think 2K's that big. If it was like 10, if their justification for monk buff was like 10k to 15k, that's ridiculous. But 2k, you can still live through that. That's fine, but not okay at the same time. So Summoner has slow besides the bind, Ninja with Doton, Black Mage with 1 stack, and yeah. So all these options, I'm sure people are gonna consider now. Oh no, Bloata's nerfed. Oh my god, I gotta go machinist, black mage, ninja. Yeah, whatever. So don't you just need to press your comp? Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. High tier encounters. Like I need to put that as like on a shirt, guys. In high tier encounters, I can't I can't play monk. High tier encounter. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go Dragoon. So counterplay to the. You even have a dash. Yeah, like I don't understand the cherry on top. Okay, so they want to say that it's hard to get to 7 stacks or 7 GCDs, whatever the fuck, right? Like, tell me how I'm gonna be naked. My thunderclap. What is that saying? Oh, what is this? Reduced weapon skill cast time? Oh my god, this is so hard to get to 7 stacks. Holy shit. I can't believe this. I can't believe you've done this. Why is this so hard? I just don't know. Like, Monk is a powerhouse already, and you're telling me this is hard to get to 7? You even have things like ROE. Oh no, I'm getting bursted. What do I do, guys? I don't know what to do anymore. Like, it's just no. No. Absolutely not. I don't agree with that. So, let me just go with something like Reaper, for example. Okay. Yeah, and we'll see what Reaper does in a minute, too. So, Dragoon, counterplay. Oh, hold on, I don't have it on screen. Counterplay to the Limit Break Sky Shatter has become more widespread, making it difficult to capitalize on the damage potential of this ability. Huh? Yes, okay, I could just turn on guard, woo, okay. But isn't that what you have, like, Dancer? Isn't that what you have Reaper? Isn't that what you have Warrior for? What exactly has been so difficult? Hold on, and we mentioned Frontlines earlier? How is this... And this is gonna make Frontlines worse! Effectiveness of Limit Break. Are you kidding me? People are gonna 5-stack, or I'm sorry, 4-stack Dragoons and Light Parties to go into Frontlines. Like, no. Absolutely not. You think I want to sit there and get smacked by like five Dragoon LBs to the face? No. This makes no sense. The barrier effect granted by Sky Shatter. Nobody's using LB for the barrier. Who the fuck uses Dragoon for LB for barrier? Nobody. In fact, I didn't even know it had a barrier. I thought it just did big AoE damage based on range. What? Did they just add barrier? Or am I missing something? I could have sworn it was just damage, but... Oh, shit. Bookmarks. Okay. But, yeah, it just makes no sense. This is ridiculous. Dragoon needed everything else. If you wanted to buff Dragoon, just buff like their ability, their basics, not LB. Absolutely not. 24k barrier is a fucking giant ass barrier. Yes, that's true. That's also true. So you know what? Here's the problem. You know what people are gonna do now? They're gonna run every like Dragoon, fucking every Dragoon combo that there can be. Dancer immediately comes to mind. I just said all of them. Dancer, Warrior, Reaper. Okay, any one of those three on a team. Then you're gonna have something like Sage. Probably the best shield applier in the game. Now next to Scholar. So you can run a barrier healer in that comp. And just Summoner maybe too. Oh my god. Bro, imagine this, okay? Dragoon LBs. They land directly in center of target. And they get 24k barrier. Then a Scholar or Sage LB does their shield abilities. I know Scholar's Adlo. Sage is like what? The Numa or whatever the fuck. And then you put Summoner, what is it, Aegis on that. That Dragoon's not fucking... Oh, cherry on top, Dragoon puts Horde War on everybody. Do you think that Dragoon's gonna die? Absolutely not. So, I just don't understand. Like, that's a whole 9 fucking K. Yeah. And it's not even like Dragoon has a 50% DR that lasts... Oh my god, yeah. Oh, this is terrible. Dragoon meta. Oh boy. I do not agree with these at all. Okay, so let's see ninja. One of the ninja strengths is that it has various action rotations to accommodate any situation. Yes, so you're saying it's a jack of all trades. That said, their attacks at range were too strong, considering the lower risk to execute them. Oh, so you're just now realizing that ninja is a spellcaster, not a melee? Whoa, okay. For this reason, we have reduced the range of these actions. Ninja's limit break was quite powerful, yes, as well to exemplify John's role, so we refrained from making adjustments. I'm trying to think. Didn't they nerf Saiton in like season 3, season 2, somewhere around there? Like, but I'm trying to think. Like, I know for sure there was a Ninja LB nerf. I'm thinking. What I'm trying to think though is like, what was the nerf? Was it like the damage threshold or time to execute? Like, what was the nerf? I forgot. Because they say that they don't want to make adjustments on LB because of that. And while I agree nerfing Ninja into the ground based on their LB is not the right call. It was always time to execute. Okay, okay. Then yeah, but otherwise, I think the Ninja one makes the most sense here. Out of all of these, Ninja is the one that actually has a reasonable explanation. Like this is English to me. This right here is not English, okay? It's whatever you want to say is like English but not English. I whatever language you want here, because all of these so far the reasoning is ridiculous. But Ninja makes sense here. This I agree. So thumbs up, thumbs down. This one's thumbs up for me. Now Reaper, okay. Reaper boasts impressive defensive capabilities. Yeah, it's basically a red DPS, it's a wannabe blue DPS. Okay, as well as powerful stats effects via their limit break. Yeah, their overall damage is somewhat lacking for a melee. That is true. Yes. You had to really like work to get your damages. Reaper, so that makes sense. That I agree with. But now, to help Reapers more readily aim for knocking out opponents, the base damage increase granted by stacks of Immortal Sacrifice have been increased. Okay, so here's my thoughts on this, right? Like, I think this is okay. That is good. Does Reaper need more buffs beyond this? Yes and no. So first things first. Let's tackle the Plentiful Harvest, right? The potencies from 20k to 24k, a whole 4k. Yeah. Right there. You said it. A 4k for you getting plenty of stacks that do like fuck all, right? Like you take a shit ton of time to get these stacks. What would have made more sense is if you were adjusting the potency per stack. That makes sense to me. And if it was like in small increments of like, 1k per stack. All the way up to... Okay, if they wanted to do 20k to 24k, how many stacks... Let me pull up the calculator here. Hold on. Do I even have a calculator open? No, I do not. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to do some math real fast. So, why isn't this appearing? Go all the way to the top, please. There we go. Okay, so you need 10 stacks, right, to get full Plentiful Harvest. Is that right? Hold on. Thank God I had Reaper open right here. So calculator. It is up to a maximum of 8. That's what I'm seeing here. So what I'm gonna do is 8 divided by, or 4k divided by 8. Right? I'm going to do 4k divided by 8. What would have made... Okay, so my point is that what would have made sense here is if you did one stack is going to be, what, 4k? From that to... If you have one stack, 4k is now 4,500. If you have two stacks, 8k is 8,500, and so on and so forth. Like, that incremental increase... Or you could like not even do 500s throughout the board. You just increase 100 per stack. You should be rewarded. Excuse me. What's up, General? You should be rewarded for each stack that you're getting because you're having to sit there, tank a lot of damage, be in fights for really long periods of time, and making sure you're not dying to what is it? Make the full use out of Plentiful. But to just say 20k to 24k, yeah, have fun. You need 8 stacks for that. Like, no, I don't think I agree with that. I think you needed to have it per stack, and then then we're talking, you know. But let's see. By the way, let me see what else you're saying. So I don't think Reaper does need to do a lot of damage. It has highlights by breaking guard, and yeah, it has a lot of highlights by breaking guard with a quick LB charge, and yeah. So I both agree and disagree with the Reaper change. I want to say that Plentiful wasn't what needed to be buffed. Maybe something else, like maybe give Death Warrant more damage, or increase the percentage of that, or like give an indirect buff that isn't directly buffing. Does that make sense? Like any other ability that wasn't Plentiful would have benefited more than just, oh yeah, work towards 8 stacks and then you're rewarded. You should be rewarded as you're dealing damage. Like, so I see the trend here too. The trend here is that you need to work towards your end GCD to make use of the buffs that were given. Monk, right? I still can't get over that. You needed to get to 7 GCD to make use of the buff. In this case, you needed 8 stacks. Like, I don't think that's the call here. You need to buff the basic abilities. I could be completely off the mark with that, right? But like, so my overall consensus or conclusion with Reaper, it's in between, like a middle thumb, right? So, best way to simply buff melee is just give more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna buff a damage for melee, buff their basic combo. There's a reason why something like Samurai, you know who needed the buff the most? Samurai. Why the fuck isn't Samurai getting this treatment? Samurai is gonna stay irrelevant for for 2 seasons straight. I don't even didn't they nerf Cheetan like a couple seasons ago too? Like I don't even know. We're nerfing, guys. We're nerfing based on win rates. Who do you think has the lowest win rate right now out of all the melees? Right? Wouldn't it make sense to buff Samurai? Because I hardly see Samurai at all. And if I do see Samurai, I would be super generous to say that their win rate's 50-50 right now. But not even. No. Their win rate's like 48% right now. 47. If we're assuming best case. I wish they released win rates for these things too. Because it would then make sense, and you could like compare and contrast. Oh yeah, that buff makes sense because this win rate that's being displayed right here makes sense. Like, but you're just not seeing the numbers, man. We don't have something like like u.gg for 14 PvP, right? Like you can look up a lot of League of Legends statistics and see win rates. You can see play rates, ban rates, etc. for any champion in the game. But here, you're oblivious to that. You don't know anything. You're just going off their word. Ah, yes, Paladin is the most broken class right now. 55% win rate. It needs the nerf. But you just don't know. So, like, how can I trust this, right? Like, how do I know there's not an inside job here? Like, it's whatever. Cheetan got a nerf at middle of season 1 as Cheetan was the same dumb bro. Yeah, I think I remember that. Like, wasn't it like 75%? Something ridiculous, or 60%. But I think it needs that now more than ever again. You're like, the thing is that with Sam, you're not even hitting them anyway. It was 50%. 50. So what is it now? Hold on. Do I have a samurai katana anywhere? Yes, I do. Okay. Cheetan right now is 25. What the fuck? I could have sworn it was like a little bit higher than that, but I don't know. Excuse me. So, fucking, yeah, like, I just don't know. If I had more information to go off, I would agree and disagree, like, and the numbers are there, but since I'm given absolutely nothing in terms of information, just taking their word for it, like, I can't be asked. I CBA, as they say. So Japanese devs don't have the culture of being transparent with that kind of dev info. It's always the, we're giving you this, trust me. Yeah, trust me, guys. For Sam, I say get rid of execute, rework the debuff, and just make Sam do more damage. Yeah. Because right now, Sam plays basically like this. You go in, you get your dollar store Fed award, you dash, you root, you Midare, and then do the thing twice. Oh no, now my burst is gone. What do I do for the next 20 seconds? Oh my god. Sam is the most, like, damage heavy or damage hungry job in the game. Like, I think they should have, you know what they should have done? They should have kept some of the feast abilities, or pre-format, pre-PvP changed abilities. Like, you remember when Sam could do, like, the slash, that was the OGCD, in between combos and stuff? They should keep that, or bring that back in some shape or form. Maybe, like, you need to do a dash, and then you get access to it. And so after you do this, you could do the slash in between. Like, that'd be cool, right? I'm trying to remember old Sam, too. Your Midare damage, I think, was something was based on how many stacks you had of it. You could play around with this and make Sam so much better than what it is now. I really, like, just don't like how Sam plays. Because Sam right now plays like, oh, please hit me. I have Chi 10 up, guys. Please hit me. I'm doing everything I can. Like, no, it shouldn't be that way. If anything, Monk is in the same position, too. You're having to bait Monk into using ROE for them to then soak damage to Earth's reply. Like, I don't think melees should, like, they should and shouldn't be at the same time. There's got to be some sort of, like, compromise here. Some sort of, like, a way to... Because I understand why they designed it like this. Frontlines is the perfect example. How are you supposed to play Sam or Monk without getting blown up in 2 seconds while you dash in? Right? Like, so that's why they put Cheeton. That's why they have ROE, but the general playstyle of the job should not revolve around that. If you're balancing a PvP game mode of any kind, you need to consider all modes, not just one or the other. Because otherwise you're going to have this issue where, like we have right now with Dragoon, perfect example. You have this Dragoon problem now, right? Like, how am I... I'm not going to have a good time in Frontlines. Absolutely not. Like, it's just... This is no. This is not... Big no-no. Right? So, my thing is... what they need to probably do here, and I'm going to bring this up in a video I'm going to make, like, I'd say a week from now, a week and a half, whenever I have, like, some really major free time. I'm thinking of making, like, top 10 things I'd like to see in PvP, or top 10 things I'd like to see added, or whatever. One of these things is going to be, like, in an honorable mention. It's not going to be a main point in the top 10, but they should make separate damage values, separate abilities. Okay, this is probably too much for the indie dev company, but separate abilities for separate game modes, or like having the same damage across all game modes. So then what happens is you're not saying, oh, this is going to do 2 damage in Frontlines, but too little in Crystalline Conflict. Oh, this is going to do too much in Frontlines. Or the opposite of what I just said. I don't remember. Too little in Frontlines, too much in CC. I think that was going to be the next iteration. But you see my point? Like, if you have damage values the same across all game modes, this wouldn't be a problem. Because now, you know, you can mix and match. You can really consider, okay, in this game mode, it's great. This game mode, it's bad. So then play around with that, right? Like, I don't know. Let me catch up with you guys so you don't feel like I'm ignoring or whatever. So just cycle buttons and heal with Oka or bind with the death. Yeah, exactly. By the way, why is Oka in a dash ability? Why the fuck do I have to dash for my heal? Why can't there just be like an OGCD of some kind, or you know, like an extra button that I don't have to put myself in danger for? Not to mention too that I have to go through 2 iterations of my GCD combo just to get to the, like, this makes no sense to me, by the way. This is something I always didn't like about Sam. It's just, Sam is in a really bad spot right now, and they chose to neglect it and keep it irrelevant still. Like, it just makes no sense, man. The one thing I wanted was if Cheaton gave a vuln up per hit you did to the samurai, making the person hitting you actually give a fuck if you're hitting Sam. So you're saying, like, give it vuln stacks to whoever was hitting you? Right? Like, I don't know what job does that. I was thinking, like, dark for a second for some reason, but no, it's not dark. But I see what you mean. Yeah. Like, you should get rewarded, and your enemies or your opponents should get, you know, some sort of, like, I can't. GNB, okay, yes, that's exactly. I was thinking a tank, and then for whatever reason, Dark came first, but GNB is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. When you Nebula, what does Nebula say? Oh, yeah, reflect damage. That's exactly why you always tank Junction over the other options. I think Cheaton used to do that too, right? Or, no, it does that now, still. But, like, it's no. I really wish that also I didn't have to wait for somebody to touch stove so I can just execute them. There should be some sort of threshold here, or some sort of way to make the same execute possible. Well, like, okay, why not give Sam the same Reaper treatment? I need some sort of stacks of something, some number of stacks of something to get an execute, not touch the stove and then I immediately get execute. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ninja has to work their ass off for a fucking execute. They gotta wait until somebody's 50%. And I could go on a whole tangent about Ninja too, but I'd rather just completely focus on the one melee that did not get buffed here, which is Sam. That really needed it, right? Because, again, like, Sam is his playstyle and is in a position where I need somebody to hit me. And it's just not, it's not viable. It needs something like a major rework, overhaul, treatment, something. But yeah, you can make it the damage buff only applies to samurai. That's okay. Just give a way to punish someone to not respect the sam burst that happened. Yeah. Exactly. You know, because this is just not. I'm not feeling this. This is not samurai to me. Samurai should be, you know, samurai should just be like the typical anime protagonist, but instead it's pretending to be like the complete opposite of anime. It's hard to explain or what I want to put into words, but that's exactly how I feel. It's just TLDR. I can't with Sam, like, at all. I'm in the world where CC has no execute, but that's just me thinking that executes are not counterplay friendly to the way server ticks work. Exactly, yeah. Because you don't know how many times I die to Ninja LB, and I'm behind. Oh, hold on. Let me take this off screen for a minute. Say this is a wall. Ninja is like right here where my cursor is on the stairs. They LB me diagonally when this is clearly LOS from my perspective, right? Like, how the fuck does this happen? It's happened to me a handful of times, and this is something I just don't understand when it comes to server. Like, I'm clearly not in line of sight, but because Ninja has some sort of I don't know, vision, they just are able to, like, it's no. I don't agree with that. But yeah, enough of that. Like, let me just go back to the hilarious patch notes here. So Reaper, we covered Reaper. Like, I'm in between with that one, leaning more towards like a yes, that's kind of okay, that's fine, but just the way it was handled, like, why do I have to go all the way to 8 stacks? It should have been incremental. It's the TLDR there. Dancer, okay, so Dancer has the shortest range attacks of any range. That's true, yes. Requiring greater risk when using their abilities to the fullest. For this reason, we decided to increase potency. again, this is what we were talking about. Again, it's Dancer has this problem Let's completely go the complete opposite way, the completely different way. The good old queuing. Okay, okay. So hold on, I'll get to you in a minute. But like, yeah, this is Keck W again. Dancer, shortest range DPS job. Let's buff the buff the heal instead. God, I just don't understand. I really don't. You identify a problem with something and then throw a dartboard to fix the other thing. I don't get it. Like why that's like me saying, "Okay, I have a knee injury, let's get arm surgery." Right? Or just any sort of ridiculous like fix to a clearly blatant problem and you're going the completely opposite direction. Like if Dancer has a range problem, increase the range of the damage abilities, not the heal. Like, I just can't. I'm done. Like, I really want to end this patch notes review right here because I'm just gonna be reading the same thing over and over again, just different wording, different job. It's just I can't. So what you're saying here is the second. It only matters the second the nin presses the button. The server will snap even if there's. Oh, okay. So you're saying if I'm running, Ninja's right here with me, and even if I LOS them, the minute if they manage to press the button while I was here, even though I'm here, it still goes through. Yeah, no, I completely understand. Oh wait, you probably weren't seeing what I'm talking about. So I'm right here at the top where I was talking about. If I'm running and they LB me right here while I'm on this like circular thing or whatever, and I LOS them here, it still goes through. But that shouldn't be though. Like I should be able to cancel Ninja LB somehow if I mid animation if I LOS them, because the teleporting thing after is just whatever. But yeah. So to go back to patch notes here, I lost it somehow. Okay, great, awesome. Whoa, did I? Oh, I know why this is a problem. I alt-tabbed. Should be right here. Okay. Same thing. Like this is Keck W. Like, okay, yes, the buff itself is not bad. Healing definitely needed a buff for Dancer, but the reasoning is the fucking laughable part. It's just I can't. Okay, Black Mage. So as their win rates and usage in tournaments appears to be somewhat low, we increase the strength of the barrier granted upon burst. Is our hope to suggest? Wait, they buffed barrier? Oh, I thought they buffed the potency. Burst was the what was it? Let me go to Black Mage for a minute. Burst is Burst is the lightning. Okay. I thought Burst was part of the LB description for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So my thoughts on this. Let's see. Sure. That's fine. I mean, it wasn't like Black Mage wasn't already tanky as is. But the good old queuing. Can we just screenshot the patch notes and name it "I'm too lazy, so here's some candy"? I think I just might do that as a thumbnail, because I'm definitely like uploading this to YouTube. I haven't uploaded a video in a while that's PvP related anyway. It's just gonna be like the title's gonna be like 6.38 patch notes reaction, and it's like the Poggers emote. You know what I mean? Like it's just something But point is that I guess we can say we can TLDR and say that's like the case here. So here, let's put it this way. We're gonna react to the buff itself, and then have a separate reaction for the description. How about that? Like, because the buff itself, I don't think is a problem. 4K potency on shielding, so what? Now the reasoning. Win rates and usage in tournaments. I'm trying to think to like all the tournaments I've seen throughout season 5, and I don't think I saw too many Black Mages myself. They might be right on that. But like win rates and like I don't think you really need a buff shield for that. If you want to improve win rates or Okay, let's go with the nuclear option. If you want to buff win rates and usage in tournaments, just revert it back to season 2. Job done. Easy. Just make all stacks of ice deep freeze. Just make have movement speed on LB. Have everything like just season 2. You want Black Mage to have more usage? Just put it season 2. That's all you have to do. Okay. Black Mage not being prevalent in turns has 0 to do with Black Mage and 100% with the current CC meta jobs. Exactly, yeah. Like, the reasoning for a buff to barrier does not correlate, or does not... I don't even know what word I want to use, but it's just... I don't know. If you want to see more use of something, you should probably buff the identity of the job. Here, you know what would have made sense to really like help with this explanation here. If you wanted to increase win rates and usage in tournaments, buff the very thing that people have always said is inferior to, or just makes Black Mage, inferior. Buff fire. Buff the dot damage, okay? Because everybody, not myself included, I'm kind of like 50-50 on this still. Everybody says Blizzard is the way to go. Okay, fine. So, you want to see more win rates? You want to see more usage? Just buff fire. That's all you have to do. That, or just take the nuclear option and just go completely revert back to Season 2. That's it. Because everything else Black Mage has is completely fine. You don't need to buff the sleep. You don't need to buff the anything. Burst, sure, that's okay. But now, fire, if you buffed dot damage, if you buffed everything with everything to do with fire, reworked it even, yes, that justifies the reason of, needs more win rates, more usage in tournaments. That I agree with. But otherwise, a barrier buff increase, no, that does not make sense to me. Give fire, do more damage, or have some kind of healing reduction that scales. Yeah, that's actually that's a pretty valid point. So your only options for healing reduction right now are what? Scholar and Dark Knight? Oh, and maybe Red Mage. It wouldn't hurt to just add that to Black Mage then. Have a really crazy anti-heal comp. I'm thinking, like, isn't there one more that does anti-heal? No, I think that's it. Yeah. Back when I used to play Light Party with my team, I did suggest a comp like that, like an anti-heal comp, like just you're not playing the game comp. And we did agree on something like Red Mage, Scholar, Dark, Ninja, and somebody who can really just blow somebody up, do a shit ton of damage, like Monk or Dragoon, something like that. I think that was our like comp identity, and then that would make it so that So I know off the top of my head, if you mummify somebody, that already does 11, 12, 50. Or, I'm sorry, 11, 250. You throw in Dark debuff, that's what, like 9k. Now you throw in Red Mage, that's what, like 6k. I'm just throwing an arbitrary math off the top of my head. I know that's completely wrong, but that's probably what happens. Now what happens if you throw in Black Mage? You're basically doing 3k recoups. I think that'd be a little broken, but considering the state of solo queue, who cares? I don't know. Like, adding an extra healing reduction to a job is, I'm leaning towards a no, actually. I'm changing my opinion on this. I think we have enough healing reduction in the game, but I do agree with your statement about fire needing to do something more than just dot. If ice is such a major game changer, such that it's like stunning or deep freeze in this case, right? Like, why can't fire do something just as major but not a CC? I think a dot is okay, but what else could you do that isn't like healing? Because healing reduction, I think, is definitely not okay. What do other jobs do that reward you? Oh, you know what you could do? Fire makes you take more damage. Maybe like a small percentage, like maybe 2% per stack, right? So 2, 4, 6. I don't think we have a lot of damage increase or vuln debuffs. We have like what, Gunbreaker and Red Mage. That's it, right? I don't think there's anything else that debuffs. Thinking. Astrologian, no. Oh, Astrologian. Okay, yes. Um, that's only 3 debuffs compared to how many healing reductions. I don't know. Like, you could do like literally anything to buff fire, but the number one thing has to be a dot increase. And to make this statement make more sense of, oh, win rates and usage in tournaments, like do more with just buffing shield. Hold on, is somebody calling me? Okay. So yeah, the again, this is problem. We have problem A. Let's give solution B, not solution A, to problem A, right? So. Let me see what you said here. So healing reduction can't affect skills like macro. They affect the base heal, but not the second part. Yeah, that I understand. So have fire make a unique exception to that. You need a counter to macro. You need a counter to ROE. Just give fire that. I don't know. Yeah, just do something with fire, please. That's all I'm asking. Okay, so Red Mage. Having observed a drop in both usage and win rates, yeah, I guess that's true, we've decided to revert changes to the effect of Magic Barrier and Frazzle. That was the, what, 8 to 10%? Yeah, or not 8 to 10%, 8 to 10 seconds. Oh, by the way, did you notice that they seem to use the number 8 a lot? Right, like, Scholar nerf was 10% to 8%. In this case, they nerfed and then reverted the nerf on Red Mage from 8 to 10. But it was always 8. Like, I just don't know what their obsession with the number 8 is. Or how that is, like, competitively or game-changing in some way. Whatever. I'd really like to be enlightened as to why the number 8 is so used so much. Neither here nor there. But in any case, so we've made adjustments to our limit break. Southern Cross, increase base damage or healing potency. We believe these adjustments will highlight strengths as, yeah, okay. But, so I brought this up earlier, and I said, wasn't it always 12k damage? What's the point of this? I don't understand this. Right, so 6k to 8k, but then additional potency is 100 to 50. Let me see something, hold on. If I go Red Mage right now, is this saying, okay, correct me if I'm wrong on this, is this saying that the first Southern Cross tick, right, because if you land Southern Cross on somebody, it hits twice. So, is it saying that the first part is only dealing 8k or whatever, and then the 12k after? Or is it both hits of the ability? I just, I'm not understanding this 6 to 8k thing. Because if that's the case, then it's no nerf at all. You're just putting it back to how it was. 12k and 12k. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. So let me read what you're saying. Ninja Mug, ASTLB, okay, yeah. So you have a point. Maybe don't give fire, Vaughn. But please do something with fire, right? The point is, so you get more value if you hit only one of the... Yeah, whatever. So, this Red Mage stuff. Again, I agree that it's not being used as much. It's not having the best win rate. But how can you say that it's having a drop in usage and a drop in win rate? Like, wouldn't that imply that the drop in usage would also drop the win rate? Like, again, point A to point B. You can say drop in usage, but then that would also mean that the win rate is also affected. Yeah, okay. So then at that point, I don't know. I'm trying to think. So, to remedy this, the idea or the fix was fixing barrier and frazzle and keeping the LP the same, I think. Unless, again, somebody can correct me. It's 2 lines that cross each other. Each line used to do 6k plus 100% of the value. Now it's 8k plus 50%. Okay, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like 6K plus 100%. When you say 100%, okay, if you're adding 100% to a value, isn't that just saying multiply by 2? Right? So then it was doing 12K. Now if you're saying 8K plus 50%, 50% of 8K is 4K, which means 8 plus 4K. Yeah, so you're doing the same thing. I don't know what this is about. You could have easily summarized this and said base damage increased to 8K, which really means we've changed nothing at all. I don't know. Like this extra description on the potencies of the LB could have completely been alleviated. Oh, and it looks like we never went into. I'll just leave myself in queue for like a couple more minutes if it's not gonna pop, whatever. So yeah, I'm still confused on this reasoning. Okay, the magic barrier and frazzle duration increase makes sense. However, the LB change I just don't understand. So, thumbs up or thumbs down? I think this is a thumbs up for me. Like, I agree that Red Mage isn't being seen much. It hasn't had too much use. So, whatever. Yeah. Let's increase the AoEs. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. The only thing that matters is barrier, frazzle, buff. LB didn't change at all. I don't understand LB. Okay, yes, finally, it's time for the healers. And my main healer that everybody knows I'm known for, Scholars. So, this one is huge. I completely, like, I didn't say I had my jaw dropping when I saw this. This is not jaw dropping by any means. But this was really deserved or really well needed. Because what it says here is that we decreased the healing potency of Adlo, but increased its barrier strength to better highlight Scholar's role as a barrier healer. The adjustment also indirectly improves the utility. Yes, yes. This, I 1000% agree. And that might have some slight bias with it. But I'm sure other people who don't play Scholar at all or who've never seen Scholar in their life, who don't know what Scholar does at all, can agree with this change. Like this is something I even talked about while I was in queue or while I was waiting. Like so the problem with Scholar at the time, and I'm saying at the time as if it was like a long time ago. The problem with Scholar before current season or current patches, you would never Adlo, or I'm sorry, you would never Recitation Adlo, or you would never LB Adlo ever. Like I was always under the impression that Adlo required just base use, no buffs, no nothing. It really needed that like change to make it worth using the stack of recitation on, right? Oh, for those who don't know, by the way, I need to make this a command. Oh well, I don't even have a bot. I need to make this a link or something. I recently wrote a scholar guide, and if you want to check that out, I can drop the link here. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. So while I'm doing this, what I was saying earlier as well is that so Scholar, right? It just didn't work out with the barrier. You hardly ever wanted to barrier, and it really was just lacking in that regard. You couldn't really do anything other than be a biomage. Now you can just consider using recitation. You can consider playing a little bit more support Scholar, right? So I think the barrier buff was huge. It was really well deserved, and you can really make use of it. So guys, so I said I made a Scholar guide. Here you go. I didn't make the website for it. So if you encounter any issues with this website, like you can't really get it to load or whatever, that's not on me. I only wrote what you see in text, right? So the person that you do want to get a hold of, if you do see them either in game or in Discord or wherever the hell, is Bel Air. I say, yeah, I think it's Bel Air. Because I always make the joke like, oh, it's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Neither here nor there, but point is, yeah, check that out. That's my Scholar guide. I'm pretty sure he adjusted the values too with Adlo now that it's there. But now I'm inclined to make some changes to some of the descriptions or the reasonings for certain things here because, yeah, Adlo is now worth using. I have it open on my other tab. Sorry. So point is, this is English to me. This makes sense. This is huge. Completely agree. I'm not gonna spend more time on this because it's only one buff. That's like heal reduction. That's okay. You're not using Adlo to heal anyway. What you are using Adlo for is barrier. So I agree. Completely agree with this. Could they have done more? Sure. I think they could have probably, I don't know, adjusted broil or give recitations, but Adlo, huge. That's all I'm going to say. In any case, the last one on the list is Astrologen. So, because Astrologen lacks consistent damage, we improve the utility of Fall Malefic where, when executed under the effect of double cast, make sure for the shortcoming. What do I think about this? So, from my understanding, you never really double casted Malefic on Astrologen, right? Like I only have a handful of Astrologen games. It was a healer I definitely wanted to look into, given that I think it's like high A plus, maybe S tier of a healer. But people always told me like one person. I mean, I wouldn't say like a lot of people, but I even agreed with this when I heard this. It's like you never double casted Malefic. You just only double casted your aspected and your gravity, but beyond that you would never ever Malefic double cast. Now I think this is giving a reason to make it such that you're up to par with the other healers. You can now become a broil spammer like Scholar. You can now become a glare spammer like White Mage. I mean, Sage is what like Sage doesn't even use Dosis, to be honest. It would use the Eucrasian one, the one you use the stack of the thing for. But point is that sure. My summary or my TLDR reaction to this is sure, man. Sure, that's fine. This is not too big of a deal. And what is it? Description matches reasoning. Yeah. I think that's the way I wanted to phrase these things. By the way, it's like, does this description match the reasoning of the buff or nerf or whatever? In this case, I think, yeah, it definitely does. Lacks in wait, hold on. Lacks in consistent damage though. They're saying Astrologen as a whole lacks consistent damage. That I don't agree with. You're telling me that double gravity into macro isn't consistent damage? What's the cooldown on macro and gravity? Hold on, let me see this. Because then I can say, okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. Cooldown on gravity is 15. Cooldown on macro is 30. So if I do something like this, I'm realistically waiting like 10 seconds. Right? I can, sure, yeah. But in the meantime, anyway, wouldn't I just be trying to heal my teammates, keeping them alive anyway? I want to say yes and no, like, to the consistent damage statement. Because, like, you should be doing other things in the meantime. I don't think you should be completely going aggro on Astrologen, because you have probably one of the best heals in the game. But, like, let me see. So now they're saying if I double cast Malefic, okay. Wait a minute. So this does feel more consistent. I like the feel of this. Hold on. This doesn't feel too bad. Doesn't Malefic reduce the potency? I mean, not the potency, the reduction of no. That was in Feast, I believe. I think that was in Feast, yeah. I think. I don't know. I felt like there was a clause or a statement somewhere that said Malefic reduces reduction of... Oh, no, it says it right here. Okay. So if I double cast this, minus 10 seconds. Right? And then you can just spam double cast here. So I think what you can do now is just double gravity. You would spam double cast on cooldown. Okay, no. This is huge. Because now you don't have to worry too much. And like, you can make so many more plays with this. Hold on. I'm going to wait for my second stack of double cast for a minute. I want to see something. Because now a typical rotation would actually demand that you double cast Malefic here. So if I do this, I macro, and then I just say, okay, fuck it, I wanna spam Malefic. Sure, sure, man, yeah. I can just sit here and Malefic all day, and all I'm waiting for realistically is 2 seconds. So I think this is not that bad. This is pretty good. A 3 second window for the next Malefic double cast, and then you just gravity again. And then you do whatever you have to do as Astrologian. Say a teammate's low HP, okay, I just aspected, whatever. I don't think this is too bad. So let me catch up with what you're saying here. Double cast Malefic was too niche to ever be used as you're the true healer. Yeah. So that's, I think, what people told me is like, you back then, that is, you wouldn't want to be double casting Malefic because it would have been better off to have been used on an aspected or literally anything else. Well, your only other option was what, gravity? So that's the thing, yeah. But now it doesn't seem to be that case anymore. Like, you can actually play a little bit more aggressive. If your teammates actually recuperate and press their heal, then they should be fine. Otherwise, yeah, no, this is good. You're healing your team and playing an actual healer. There's no downtime. It just makes your double cast come back faster, but that's it. Yeah, so you can also see it from that regard too. Like, say I just double casted my gravity. Okay, I get a free Malefic double cast, and now say a teammate's down. Okay, great. I can immediately react to that. Otherwise, like, I don't know. Like, if you wanted a consistently Malefic, sure, you can do that. But otherwise, I agree. Then never mind. I take the statement back about lack in consistent damage. Because in a way, yes, you're a burst healer in terms of damage and heals. But in the damage department, you're just what, spamming gravity macro, and then what? You're only single casting Malefic. You never ever wanted to double cast it. Now you have a reason to. So I take everything back. This is okay. This is fine. This is okay. And yeah, with that, I think that's everything. But the summary is the TLDRs, like the first 5 paragraphs here, is Keck W. That's all I'm gonna say. So for those who are watching the video, this ends here. For those who are still